This movie was absolutely terrible. Nothing, and I mean nothing, happened that I can remember and actually think about how much I liked it, because nothing happens. Characters just know stuff. Like, there's this one girl that owns an apartment, and she ends up selling the guy's computer and stuff because he wasn't paying his rent. And she doesn't tell him the guy's name. She just gives him something about a check. And she's like, tell him it bounced. I need the rest of the money. She doesn't. Anyways, later she just calls him Dexter. He never introduced himself as Dexter. He also calls her Maddie. They never said each other's names. They don't know each other. They're not friends. There's also a character named Stone whose whole purpose in the movie is for them to make a joke, where it's not really a joke, but it was clearly meant to be a joke, like a subtle joke. He dies by turning into stone in a wall, and his name is Stone. Get it? Are you laughing? Yeah, that was it. He's not very important because nobody mentions him after he dies. He's just dead now. The only thing that I thought was kind of cool was there's a guy named Ziegler, and his acting was actually pretty good, but we only see him for like 3 minutes, and then we never see him again. The movie just kind of ends, and they try and make you feel something, though. This movie was boring and draining. Nothing happened. I don't really remember anything important happening, and it was just boring. Nothing happened. The movie ends with, like, the city being destroyed and never being the same again. Like, yeah, I could give less of a fuck. This movie made me feel nothing. And I'm usually the type of person that likes characters. I usually feel stuff for characters. This movie failed to make me feel anything at all. Not even for the characters. They were either nothing or just assholes. Like, in the movie, she gets mad at a guy, so she just brings up how her boyfriend killed himself. Then later she can't even say what he did. Like, she's about to say he killed himself, but she can't, even though she was able to bring it up in an argument. Like, oh, my boyfriend hung himself, and just be so fucking angry about it. But then later can't even say it. That makes no sense. There's also the other main character who just kind of disappears from the movie. She's a bitch for no reason. When she's doing her laundry, she runs into someone. That person doesn't want to talk to her. She isn't rude, just doesn't really talk to her. She asked her if there's going to be a party going on, and she was like, sorry, I don't go out much, so I don't know. Then she just walks away, and she mumbles under her breath, bitch. Like, what? Okay, that ought to make me like one of the main characters. Even though her other character trait was just showing up, saying she doesn't believe her, and that these monsters aren't real, and then just disappearing from the movie. So yeah, this movie sucked. This has got to be one of my least favorite movies ever. And that's saying something, because I've watched a lot of bad movies. I've watched Max too. This movie sucked.